Hi everyone. Those who know me really know me that I rarely go to a movie theater on a Monday evening. But then this was an exceptional thing, and especially for a Telugu movie right now. So I happened to watch this great movie called SITA, which is making a lot of waves across the industry, and a lot of disappointed, love oriented fans have started smiling in. So, what is this story about? What's the plot? We can discuss all about that. So, this narration is non-linear. So, the timeline is set between the years 1964 to 1985, or the mid 80s, 1960 mid 60s to 1980s to mid 80s. So, what happens between the characters is what we're talking about. Well, the plot is very simple. It's not simple, but I'll try my best to make it comprehensive. So we are, at first we are introduced to the POK, the Kashmir, how some Mujahideens are sent as to be disguised as the Indian Muslims, and then we're taken to 1985 in London, UK. I mean, I was just stumped. How come? I mean, the geographical point doesn't make sense, right? So we are witnessing an Indian and Pakistani scuffle in London campus in some university, and a Pakistani student played by Rashmika Mandana torches an expensive car of an Indian diplomat, and the Indian diplomat is furious. So he demands an apology or 1 million rupees, Pakistani or Indian, they just don't say it. He just needs the damages done to his car or a simple, genuine apology. Well, the Pakistani student is furious. She hates Indians. So she says, with her arrogance, that I would pay you back your money or your new car. I'm not going to apologize for what I've done. And she returns to her home country, Pakistan. And she happens to be a granddaughter of a Pakistan army general or major or brigadier. I'm not sure because the designations keep changing. So even she's from an affluent family, and the grandfather is deceased but had an influential position in the Pakistan army. So it's obvious she has no dearth of money whatsoever. But then there's a catch. Her lawyer says that she cannot avail this money because she has a debt to pay. What's that debt? She has to deliver a letter by Lieutenant Ram to Sita Mahalakshmi, who resides in India, in Andhra Pradesh, in Hyderabad. The undivided Andhra Pradesh, of course, back then. She's stumped. I mean, how come a Pakistani general is holding on to a letter written by an Indian army person and waiting to waiting to be sent it back to India? It doesn't make any sense. But the lawyer is very insistent. He says, do this or your money won't be released. This is as per your grandfather's last wish and will. So she's furious, but then she travels to India. Does she find Sita Mahalakshmi? This letter is already 2 decades old, and whatever her grandfather couldn't possibly do, how can she possibly do that? And why does the grandfather ask her to do that is something that needs to be explored. That is the part of the crux of the story. And who's Lieutenant Ram? Of course, no prizes for guessing. It is Dulquer Salmaan. And after Mahanati, his Telugu has even improved. What an amazing pronunciation. Even no one would even know that he is a Malayali actor. He has no mother tongue influence. Even in the movie Mahanati, where he was cast opposite Kirti Suresh, he had no pronunciation issues. And here, he genuinely lives up to that Telugu Abbai's pronunciation, the dialect, the small nuances, everything. It's just perfect. He's just perfect. And Mrilanali Thakur as Sita Mahalakshmi, aka there's a suspense involved. I wouldn't want to spoil that. This is a spoiler-free review. Mrinalini Thakur, apparently this role had gone to Pooja Hegde at first, but then due to date issues, she rejected it, and thank God for it. Whatever people thought Radhe Shyam could be, SITA RAMAM was just that. And it was so underrated that the cinemas are full now. It's a beautiful story that everyone needs to watch, because it's the background music is so beautiful, the characters are so naive, they're so innocent, the production design when they show the artwork of the 1960s, the dress, the pants that DQ wears, we can reminisce what our fathers used to wear, and the train bogies, the coaches, how it used to be back then. It's all beautifully seen, and not even for a second you would feel that this is a movie made in 2022. It's such an amazing work. Those form the pros of the movie, and the interval twist. Wow, that maybe some would have predicted it, but I couldn't. It's in a good thing, because even if you try to predict that interval twist, they try to play a decoy with it, which was a good job done, and the interval twist was a good thing. And since the narration was non-linear, it was a good thing again, because yeah, the linear way, if they had tried a linear narration, it would have been not so natural and not so engaging. It was an edge of the seat romantic thriller. So are there only pros in this movie? No. Let's talk about the cons. There are very few, but there are cons. The first half, the lag in the first half. Well, there's a phase where there's a letter exchange between the Sita and the Ram character, and yeah, maybe the scene was just 6 to 7 minutes long, I'm not sure, but it tests your patience. Like, okay, we get it. Okay, where are you going with this? We get it. That's one thing. And right now, like I said, a Pakistani student ends up in Andhra Pradesh in India, and she is speaking fluent Telugu. And first thing, she hates Indians, and second thing, it's not even a dubbed version. When she speaks Urdu, nobody is translating that in Telugu. She actually speaks Telugu, and I felt that was a little flawed in the kind of, I mean, no movie is flawless, but then they could have addressed this. And an identity crisis. I mean, this has to be a spoiler-free review, but there's one thing that was not so perfect for me. I mean, an elite personality going in the society, how come nobody, if you watch the movie, you would understand what I'm talking about. An elite personality who's known to have very good influence across the state, how does one run around the trees with no eyes fluttering? I mean, how is that possible? That's just my opinion, though. Well, is the movie good to watch in theater? It's a must watch in theater. And is the movie going to play in OTT? Yes, it's going to come on Amazon Prime, but I'm not sure when. But I would suggest you to go and experience this beautiful drama in theater. It deserves that. It deserves that beauty. And everyone, on a Monday evening, I could see a lot of people coming in, and they were just I mean, the breathtaking visuals, we were all exhausted. We just couldn't look away from the screen. It was that good. And overall, what would be the rating of this movie? It is 3.75 over a rating of 5. Normally, I wouldn't rate any movie so much, but I was genuinely interested and genuinely addicted to this kind of a storyline. It's so naive, it's so innocent, and DQ seems so honest in his, I mean, we never for a second feel that he's acting on screen. And Mrinalini Thakur, the kind of elegance that she portrays, the regal dominance that she has on screen, this movie deserves that credit. The visuals were beautiful, again, top notch. And that's all from my end. So if you like this review, please do like my video and do subscribe and click on the bell icon for more notifications. Goodbye everyone. Thank you.